Hi guys, welcome back to another video with the one and only Jess, and in today's video, as you can see by the title, we'll be discussing what I wish I knew about adulting. Yikes. Because adulting is so scary. Adulthood is the worst hood that we could have ever entered in our entire existence, right? So if you're interested, please keep on watching. But before we start, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know what to do. Run it up. I'm not have to tell you what to do because when it is grown, I want to know what to do. Y'all don't need me to tell you what to do. Alright, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so before we start, I know I have been MIA for like a week. But things are just happening. Adulthood is lifing. Adulthood is adulthooding right now. And I didn't get to, really film much, but I'm back. And if you guys haven't noticed, make some noise for the light. The girl is investing in herself. And we got 2 studio lights, and I put them on this pink color. This is my first time using them. I ordered them last night and they came today, and I'm just testing them out because I wanted the video to be like a nice, comfy, chill, calm vibes, cozy. When we're doing like a chit chat FaceTime one-on-one call, so I wanted to bring something new to the whole chit chat series, and those are the lights. So let me know what you guys think. If you like the colors or the placement, or do I look too crazy or whatever. Alright guys, so let's just get into the first point of what I wish I knew about adulting. So the first point that I have here in my handy dandy book, as always, is credit. Learning about financial management, and that includes building your credit score and budgeting and saving. Because let's really talk about it. Ooh, upon God's earth, like invent credits. Like, I'm trying to find a word. Like, who invents credit and credit score? I mean, it makes sense, but then it's also like very tedious and very stressful because credit is really like the bank's money. If nobody don't know that, like that's like the bank's money. That's what you borrow, and then you building your credit score is for you to be able to buy or rent a house, to buy a car, to own certain things. That and when you want to do those things, that's one of the main aspects that they look for, your credit score. And I think a good credit score is like in the 700s and over. Anyway, the 600 and add, or 500 or 400 and add. To the whole world, or to the government, that is the most sinful thing you can do on the planet, is have a credit score that low. And I mean, I don't know, it's like the concept, I don't even know what to say. The concept of it makes sense, because if you don't have your own money, let's say you have a credit card and you also have your primary debit card and you don't get paid as yet, but let's say you need to buy groceries or something, you can use your credit card with the limit that the bank gave you and buy your groceries, and then when you get paid, you take money out of your account to pay back the credit card, and that also helps to build your credit, right? Also, if you own a house or you own a car, that is also helping to build your credit, because really what all of these components are doing is like you using the bank's money to pay for stuff, and then you're paying it back, and you paying it back is the main concept of building the credit. But it can be so stressful because sometimes, especially in our generation, all we want to do is just buy something. Just if we have the cash, let's say all of us was rich and we just wanted to buy stuff. You hear the people them say, oh, you cannot buy anything if we don't see like a credit score, if we don't see that you have good credit. It's like, but I have the $1 million here. Take it. Them don't want that. They want to see a bill score, and they basically want to know that you're in good standing of borrowing money and then giving back money on time as well, paying it on time. And I think us coming up in our adult years, like 20s, going into our 30s soon, this is something that they don't teach in schools. So when them a teach Pythagoras theorem and geometry, and if x equals y, what is the quadratic equation of b minus a? Nobody not care. Nobody really cares. It's not even more so cares. That does not benefit us. It is not fundamental in the real world, right? So when you guys should be eliminating those, or really not really focusing on those things, you should be focusing on credit and teaching taxes, budgeting, saving, how to file taxes, all these things, all these stuff. We're literally learning if we go into college or going into the real working world, and a lot of people don't have parents to teach these stuff. You get me? So it's like you're just on your own once you finish high school and college, trying to figure out what is taxes, how to pay taxes, credit score. Okay, I need to maintain this like number so I can buy this car. I need to have this amount to rent this apartment. It's just doing too much. But as we're coming into this adulting phase, credit and credit score should be something that we should learn about as we're going into our adulthood. And also the other aspect is budgeting and saving. My issue is that not a lot of people know how to save or budget. So once they get their paycheck, you just use it to buy any and everything. And then no, at the end of the day, when you need extra money, there's nothing for you to bounce back on, no extra cash, right? So I feel like when it comes to budgeting, I know they have like budgeting apps, or they have like, you have budgeting spreadsheets. Try to create one on your own if you know that you're a person that squanders money very easily. So if you're trying to have structure coming into this adulthood lifestyle, get budgeting apps and research which ones are the best. Use budgeting schedules, spreadsheets, and try to, max out your money so you know where you're allocating your money to ensure that you also have extra left over for, random expenses. And then also saving is another thing that a lot of people don't do. And sometimes it's simply because they cannot do it. Like, depending on your paycheck, you might not be able to save. Maybe your paycheck is small, maybe you have kids, or maybe you have a car, you live on your own. There's so much responsibilities that will not allow you to use extra cash and put into a savings. But I do implore that a lot of us young people should be having a savings account. And even if it's like a $10, $100, or $50, no matter what currency it is, make sure that every 2 weeks that you're getting paid, or like Jamaica every month, you take a little pinch and you put it down, because you see by the end of the year that pinch is going to like add up. So just to conclude that point, we need to be learning about credit and credit score, budgeting and saving, because that is really going to save our ASSESs as we are getting older. You save now, you're gonna have one bag of money later. You don't want to be in your 20s squandering money, and if an emergency or something was to happen, you do not have anything to fall back on. The next point, the second point that I have, what we wish that we would know before adulting or about adulting, is routines are key. And that goes for skincare routines, morning routines, and night routines, right? Our 20s it's alkaline. It's very alkaline. You get me? And I feel like a lot of us would do so well if we had a routine to our lifestyle. Morning routine, okay, getting up in the morning. If you're a girl that does gym at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, or a little workouts, come back home, shower, get ready for work, breakfast, the type of breakfast that you eat. Then you drive, go work or whatever, buy a little Starbucks, sit in your car, silent, read a scripture, pray, whatever your routine is to start your morning. Then a night routine, once you come in from work, unwinding, you want to take a nice clean shower, you want to eat your food. Then you want to unwind by journaling about your day, or just talking to one of your friends. Kind of just debriefing about you guys' days. Drinking wine. When it comes to skincare, you want to have a routine when it comes to that, because when you look good, you feel good. And doing these skincare routines, doing these morning routines, night routines, whatever routine it is, a sleep routine, it actually helps us to not go crazy in these tragic years of our life. Because it's tragic bad. Hurricane, tsunami, earthquake, volcano, everything, thunderstorm. It's like it's really not giving being an adult. It is very hard, but then we have to find ways to make it easy and remember that different stuff work for different people. So to maneuver your lifestyle, you have to know what works for you and create those routines so that you can live a more easier life, a more stress-free life, nothing too hassling, ackling, mental. You want to jump off of the cliff of the earth, you want to go into the middle of the earth at the core and melt into the magma. You don't want all of that, you know? So create routines that will make your life easier and that you are comfortable with, that you know will work for you. And even if you try a routine and that doesn't work, there's always other, steps to trying another routine, because the whole end goal is to make sure that these routines work for you to make it easier on yourself as you're getting older. And you'll find that a routine that you might make when you were 25 might change to something else when you turn 35. You know what I'm saying? Like, your routines aren't going to be the same because different aspects are going to come into your life. By the time you're 35, maybe you'll be married by then, or kids, or all these stuff, and your life routine would not have to revolve around these new factors that are now in your life. So routines are key. Make sure you have a routine down packed for yourself or for your family or whoever you are. That will kind of help us maneuver the adulting life a little bit easier. My third point is you will never get a break. Can we really talk about it? We never get a break. Madness after madness after madness after madness. The world does not like us sometimes. It's like we literally cannot get a break. Do you realize sometimes we'll be going through something? Let's be so real, right? We'll be going through something and it's just kicking our asses. And then we find a way to maneuver around it, find a solution, fix it, and then that kind of dies down. Two toes. We'll see a run come back at you. And next situation. Me tell you something, at least me cannot run from no more situations, guys. We cannot. We cannot. You would tend to not get a break. It's just always, do you realize it's just always one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. And honestly, life has taught us to multitask, because one situation can be so troubling, you're dealing with it, boom, and next situation come on, boom, the third situation, and you're just trying to deal with so much stuff at once. It's like, why nobody never tell we say this was going to be the problem, the issue, the tsunami, the volcano? Like, it's stressing when there is so much happening, and then what we tend to realize is that takes a toll on our mental state, because there's so much stuff happening. You're not even fix one situation yet, and there's like 10 more running behind you, and that will affect us up here, because we're going to start to feel depressed, we're going to start to feel sad, we're going to start to feel as if like we want to give up, because you're genuinely trying, and then it just looks like nothing is working out. And it's just like for example, with me, like moving to Georgia, I've been living here for a year, and I just got a job like a month ago. And within the year, when we say madness, when Mr. Madness, I was so depressed, I was so sad. Like, every other day I was crying. It was just one thing after the next. Then I have like issues, my family back home, like my brother and my dad, and then if it's not my brother, it's my sister, and then like friends going through things, and I'm like, oh my god, like, can I get a breather? Breathe me, give me a break before I literally run off the ends of the earth, literally, right? So I feel like somebody should have warned us. Somebody should have let us know. Like, when we turn 16, 17, somebody should have been like, babes, this is what you need to expect in this adulting lifestyle, adulthood, journey, experience. Like, honest, it is an experience. Being an adult or growing up and going into that adulthood, it is such an experience. So, moral of the story, you will never get a break. And this is what we wish we knew, because when we were younger, oh, we want to grow up. Oh, we can't wait to be an adult and move out on our own. And now that we are an adult, do you still want to move on your own? Do you still want to have kids? Do you still want to own this, and that? And do you still want the government to be taking money from you? No, we don't want it. 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 All right. So the next point, we're almost done. But the next point that I have is you do not have to stick to one career. So if it was nothing else, and somebody had to say one thing to all of us coming up into our adulting lifestyle, you do not have to stick to one career. And I'm going to give you an example. I went to college in New York for business, right? My associate's degree was in business administration, and my bachelor's degree is in business management, minor in accounting. Do I care about accounting? No. Just ask my father why I had to minor in it, right? So business, accounting, that was me. Now I'm in Georgia. Oh, and when I was in New York, I was doing jobs that, I was working in places that were business related. Now I'm in Georgia, and I finally got this job a month ago, and it's with an eyewear place, right? And I'm a receptionist at the front desk. So even though a receptionist is still a business related thing, it is in a different industry. So now you have to know about these eye appointments and who would need follow-ups, only people who wear contact lenses, not glasses, and all of these, different things about the eyes and whatever, right? And now, after a month of working there, I'm training now to be a certified optometric technician, which means I'll be in the back, no longer in the front. I'll be in the back actually doing the pre-test exams on patients' eyes. So I need to know how to use each eye machine, what they're for, the softwares, all these things. And I'm just looking at it from a point of a full circle moment. Why? Because growing up in school, science was my favorite subject. And one of the many things in science that had piqued my interest was the eye. I could draw the eye, label the eye, tell you everything about the sclera, the retina, the optic nerve, your concave lens, the other lens, your pupil, your sclera, if we never mentioned sclera, your iris, everything. And to see that I did a business degree and I was in the business field, to now being in the eye field, it's just like, this can really be a whole different career from what I had actually studied, right? So never feel subjected to only studying one thing and sticking with that throughout the rest of your life. Why? Because you have hobbies, you have interests. So even if you studied public health, or let's say you study criminal justice law, probably by the time you get older and you're in your 20s or your 30s, you have an interest in fashion or crocheting or wanting to start your own business, and you tap into that later on in your life. That doesn't mean the whole of your life you're going to be a lawyer. You can be a lawyer, but you might end up and do fashion on the side. You get what I'm saying? So don't ever feel like you have to stick to one thing because that's the thing that you studied in school. There are plenty things to do. There are plenty interests that you do have that you eventually will tap into once you explore yourself. And you just capitalize on that as you get older, and you might end up making a career out of that. That doesn't mean you'll ever put down the first career, but that's just there as a backup. Right now you're onto a newer thing, a newer career, a newer mindset when it comes to business and working. So jump out of the box, come out of the norm, the social norm, and branch out into things that you are interested in. Because a lot of us have a lot of hobbies. People just don't tap into their hobbies, or people don't know what their hobbies are. Like for me, I like fashion, I like sewing, I like dressing up, fashion consulting. So I always said to myself, even though I had studied business, later on in life, I want to really tap into something fashion related. Like I want to be a fashion consultant where I am like consulting my clients, whether it's friends or families, on like outfits that they want to wear to an occasion. Because people always have clothes. A lot of people just don't know how to pair stuff together to go out wherever they're going. So I want you to consult me, and I can piece things together and put a whole outfit together for you. I want to organize people's closets, because people's closets just all over the place. So there's so much more to me than just a business degree with a minor in accounting. So never feel like you have to be stuck at one thing. Branch out, and you'll be surprised what branching out will cause. Right? Now my fifth point almost done. Second to last point is nothing is perfect. Mistakes will happen. Because let's be real, nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. Nobody has life down packed from A to Z and from Z to A. Everybody's going to make mistakes when it comes to maybe picking the wrong friends. You're gonna make mistakes when you're working. Maybe you picked the wrong job. You're gonna make mistakes. Maybe you ended up having kids when you didn't want to have a kid as yet, or like different life changes happen. But that's fine. That does not mean that your life completely stops and goes at a halt, right? It just puts you on a pause, or it just sidetracks you a little bit, but it's up to you to have the determination to see where the end goal is, where you're going to now get back on track and head to where you're going, right? Don't feel like everything needs to be perfect. You need to get stuff done by a timeline. Like, you're going to put yourself into an overdrive thinking that you have to do stuff by a certain time, and then what you're gonna do is disappoint yourself if you did not meet the deadline that you set out for yourself. So let's say, for example, I have an issue with people putting time and life where they want to be married by a certain time, have kids by a certain time, because why? A lot of young people don't want to be old when they have kids. So okay, I need to get married by 27 so I can have kids by 28, 29. Then I need to get this job, then I need to do this, and I need to do this. And then when the time comes, if they don't achieve it, they feel disappointed. Why? Because they had their mind set on it the whole time to do. So don't rush life, and don't feel like you need to get this perfect timeline before the world ends and before God comes, because you're going to disappoint yourself if it doesn't happen. Just breeze yourself. Enjoy life. Enjoy it. I know a lot of us are perfectionists, but try not to be a perfectionist when it comes to life, because one thing I'm sure all of us have learned in this adulthood is you can map out your life from A to Z, from point B to A, and life takes a different course and spin you around and do something else. So never underestimate life. You can plan it out today, and by tomorrow it is a whole different golf course. So don't feel like everything needs to be pinpoint. You can do your best to ensure that certain things go how you want it to be planned, but don't get so invested in making sure that everything is going this way, that way, because you're gonna disappointed, girl, boy, man, woman. You're going to be disappointed when you don't get to meet that end goal. So just remember, nothing is perfect. Mistakes are going to happen, and it is fine. It is just up to us as these young adults to take the initiative, get up, brush off, and continue again. Now, the last and final point that I have, what I wish I knew about adulting, is take it one step at a time. Don't rush and have fun. As I said in the previous point, don't rush and kill up yourself to achieve these major things, only because other persons are doing it. So because you see other people getting married, getting engaged, having kids, you feel as if, oh, my time clock is running out, I need to go and do the same. No, take a chill pill. And also, let's also establish this in the sense of taking it one step at a time and not rushing. Our 20s are really the years to figuring stuff out. You just finished high school, you just finished college, now you're in the working world. Maybe some of you guys have kids, maybe you guys don't have kids, some are in relationships, some are single. These years are the years to really sit and establish ourselves. What do we really want to do in life when it comes to career, when it comes to goals, achievements, before you worry about marriage and kids? Because once marriage and kids come into the picture, sometimes life just take a whole another turn. I know your life is revolved around a man, a woman, and kids. So before that comes into the picture, establish yourself, try to evolve, try to figure out what you like from what you don't like. Figure out your 20s, map it out. That way, by the time you get into your 30s, okay, you have some stuff figured out. Not everything. I'm not saying to figure stuff out by by the time you get into your 30s, but at least some stuff will be sorted out and on a nice smooth trail to transition you smoothly into your 30s and your 40s and so on. So just take it one step at a time. Don't rush and just have fun. I know life can be very hectic for us, and we are tapping into adulthood where some of us are probably already moved out already. Some people are still living with our parents, aka example me. So it's like you want to move out, you want to buy a car, you want to do this, you want to work here. There's so much things we want to do, but you don't want to overexert yourself with the little that you have. Try to build, and then you can branch off and be that free little bird and fly off and do your own thing. Don't rush because, as I said, other people are doing things, because you're gonna fall in a pit thinking that you will have the same luck as them. And as we say in Jamaica, puss and dog don't have the same luck. So don't compare and don't feel as if because Jack is doing X, I must go and do X. That doesn't make sense. And also have fun, live life, enjoy yourself, have as much fun as possible before you get any more major responsibilities in your life. Go out, travel, explore with your friends, even if it's not with friends, like even if you don't have friends, go out with yourself. As I said, your 20s or these early years of adulting is for you to explore and navigate yourself and your life. Do solo trips. It doesn't even have to be out the country as yet. It can be solo trips as small as going to the mall by yourself, going shopping by yourself, you go to the supermarket by yourself. Go out of the house by yourself to enjoy your own solitude. Figure out your life before you try to get consumed with others, right? So that's just really all I have. Just make sure that you're having fun, not rushing, and just enjoying your youth, and make sure that you make it a smooth transition for yourself as you're getting older or going into your 30s, 40s, and so on. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a really fun video that I enjoyed filming, and I know that, you know, a lot of us would relate to, because as I said, adulthood is the worst hood we could ever go, you know. I want to come out, we need to escape. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the 6 points that I mentioned. Should I do a part 2 to, you know, talk about more? And let me know what you guys think of the lighting. Was it like a cozy setup or what? Let me know down below, and let's have a discussion in the comments. Like up the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're at 71 subs. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. For the 100th time, open and enjoy. Jesus Christ. Anyways, see y'all later. Bye.